Shout out to all my guys and goddesses checking out this video. I am C, the spiritual goddess, here for another video. Yes, guys and goddesses, leave me some earth emojis if you guys are here. Welcome to our world predictions live. Yes, guys and goddesses, in today's video, we will be doing some world predictions for the next 5 years. I asked you guys, would you like me to do a follow-up to my first world prediction video that I did? The link will be pinned in the comments for those of you that's watching the replay. And you guys said yeah, and left me some questions. So I was able to channel some messages earlier today that I wrote down some notes, and then we'll also be pulling on you guys' questions. So if you are here, make sure you guys stay engaged in the chat. Let me know you are here. To let me know what's going on. We will be pulling. So a few announcements before we get started. Let's get into it. So Patreon, if you are in my Patreon, I will be posting a new moon Taurus ritual, giving you some ritual guidance there, so look out for that. This weekend, Patreon, I'm all yours. So we're going to be getting into some exciting celebrity videos, including what happened between Rihanna and Drake. We're also going to do the Tiana Taylor video. We're going to get into a few things. Also, we're going to be pulling for you guys. If you are on my channel, for everyone else, we will be pulling for the new moon in Taurus sometime this weekend for everyone else. So look forward to that. Also, guys and goddesses, if you haven't already, make sure you guys book your reading. Yes, I do have general readings available, written reports. You can get a 6-card pull to find out what's next for you, what messages your spirit guides wants to tell you. Make sure you guys check that out. The link is below. Also, if you do need assistance, if you need help, if you have a story that you want to submit, don't forget to submit your story to Ask C. The link is pinned in the comments and pinned in the description. So make sure you guys submit your stories for that. All right, let's go ahead and get into these predictions. Are you guys ready for it? Leave me some crystal balls if I sound okay. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let me make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up before we get started. Okay, I appreciate the thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So I wrote a few things down. I want to get into, this was a big question. And I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are feeling the love. This reading in no way is designed to make you guys be in panic or anything like that. So before we get started, I do want you guys to go ahead and take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Take a deep breath. Go ahead and get relaxed. Get you a snack. We're going to go ahead and get into this, okay? All right. So I asked Spirit what was the energy of the collective like the collective globally? How is the, just the collective energy the people are feeling? So the message that came through is, especially after the that word. The world is tired and can't take anymore mentally. What worked to keep people in check or to keep them in line from the elites, whatever they tried to keep us in interest, is not working. It's a dub now. Whereas before, people, I'm not saying people ain't, don't be still caught up in celebrities or different things, superficial things. I feel like people are now at their wits' end. That's why you see certain things, like you see certain people like the Kardashians really getting more backlash and different things like that, because people say like, oh, we're struggling and different things. The world as a whole is tired. That's the energy I'm getting. We can't and won't keep outdated traditions or beliefs in an ever-changing system. So in order to adapt, you either have to move forward or you will get left behind. The message Spirit has for me, or for the collective, is a change is coming, okay? So I asked Spirit, what does the ancestors want to say to everyone that's listening? The message from the ancestors is be intentional, and they stress be intentional. Be intentional. If you be intentional and check your intentions and make sure you're acting in alignment with your purpose, you will be okay during these changes. Stay strong and don't operate in fear, for everything you need will be provided for you. Now is the time for you to sow the seeds and watch it grow right before your eyes. So as long as you guys are being intentional, Spirit is saying, and being in alignment with your purpose. And how can you get aligned with your purpose? Start studying yourself. Those of you who's watching this, look at your birth chart, your astrology birth chart. Look at your history, your bloodline. As long as you're aligned, you will be okay and provided for. But you just have to be willing and open to go with the change. So I wanted to start the message there before we get into you guys' questions, because Spirit wanted me to start there. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me make sure, because I want to make sure I'm on time, child. I will have timestamps. All right. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up if you're just coming in. All right. So the first thing was, you guys wanted to know, where is the global economy headed? The biggest thing that came up is self-sufficient. People are surrendering. There's going to be a lot more people surrendering to their purpose in life, or why we are here in the first place. People are providing for themselves and moving away from or relying on the government to provide for them collectively. I definitely see within the next 5 years, food will be a big thing that comes up. I feel like how we nourish ourselves, there will be talks of aiding and assisting with getting help to people who live in areas that provides drought, because I see weather is going to be a thing, and there's going to be some food shortages. But I feel like food is going to be a big topic. There's going to be a lot of talk within the next 5 years. Especially starting the end of the year, I feel like with agriculture, with farming, they're going to be talking about that. Also, you're going to hear about people talking about the poisoning of food, different things like that. Contamination is going to be a thing. And I am picking up what Spirit is telling me. That's what's going to drive people to start growing for themselves and doing different things for some people, but also being self-sufficient, because if your government can't even, be there for you for food, and this is going to be globally, what does that say? So farming and agriculture, expect that to be a topic, especially in the U.S. in the next election and different things throughout politics. Now, as far as you guys wanted to know about I am getting AI is the result. When I asked Spirit about AI, it said AI essentially is the result of a decline in the workforce. The powers that be already see where things are going. There's been a decline in the workforce, and we're going to talk about that a little bit better. But as far as when it comes to AI, what Spirit is saying, AI can be a good thing, especially with all the advancements. I do see it bringing more stability to a lot more economies and different things like that. However, now this is the big however, what Spirit is saying about this. The powers that created or have a hand in creating the AI, they aren't thinking of the collective or the greater good. There can and will definitely be problems at first. I see a lot of problems with AI. AI creators are not all inclusive, just to say it, if you guys get what I'm saying. They're not all inclusive. So, and they don't think about everyday people in the long run, or, people of color. So, keep that in mind when they are creating this. There will be a lot of hiccups and different things like that. However, I do see that there will be a lot of opportunities for people to make a lot of money and room for improvement. But it will take work. I feel like AI is it's just like when the internet started. It's going to take work. I feel like there's going to be different laws and different things. It's going to be a trial and error. Right now, we're kind of in the wild, wild west of AI, if that's what Spirit was saying. So I want to shuffle and ask Spirit, where will AI be in the next 5 years? Leave me some thumbs up. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. I want you guys to leave me a 1 in the chat if you think AI is good. Leave me a 2 in the chat if you don't think AI is good, okay? And then if you guys could let me know in the chat, I'm curious to hear from you all. We're going to get the conversation started while I shuffle. Let's see. You say it's been blessing you with your homework. I've been hearing about that, okay? All right, let's see. Where will AI be in the next 5 years? Where will AI be in the next 5 years? Okay. There's going to be a thing with AI in the health field. I definitely see in the health field, there's going to be a big thing. There's going to be a big thing with AI in the health field. I'm seeing that. I do see this is going to create a lot more jobs, believe it or not. This is going to change the job force in particular. Let's see. So in the next 5 years, I do feel like there's going to be problems. There's going to be problems with AI. Even though this is temporary, I do feel like eventually they're going to have success, but the problems will be big problems. I do see, and I do want to put this out there, I see us having a president, and I will get into this when we can talk about American politics. But I do see, like, if not a president, there's some type of feminine energy, excuse me, that may lead the charge when it comes to AI. It may really push for it. That's the vibe I'm getting. Let's see, next 5 years, AI. Next 5 years, AI. All right. Yeah. I feel like this may get us out of a situation by next February. There is going to be some unsettling times when it comes to AI. I will say this, guys and guys, now is the time to plan ahead and look into, I don't know what Spirit to say, even investing or look into how AI may work for your business. Also, I do feel like it will take away from some jobs. The job force is going to be different. There's going to be a lot of opportunities made within AI, but there is going to be some jobs that's going to change, especially when I'm seeing is essential workers. So essential workers, now is the good time for you to develop your skills. Develop your skills. Take advantage of different programs. If you guys know of programs in your state that helps people go back to school or different things like that, leave that in the comments. Now is a good time to get into. I'm seeing a lot of creative fields, creative ventures. Now is the time for that. So yeah. Let's see. All right, let's talk about the real estate market. And you know what? While I'm talking about that, let me pull up this. I'm actually going to, let's see. All right, we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay. So let's talk about the real estate market. Let's talk about that. And you know, this is one thing that's really interesting to me. I just have to say this. It's going to be interesting to see what dating looks like in 5 years, because I am getting what Spirit is saying. There's going to be a lot of people that's either going to be moving back home with their parents, or people are going to be living with their parents a lot longer. That's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. I definitely feel like there's going to be a thing with roommates. Mobile living is going to be a thing. People are going to be talking about living off the land. If you look at YouTube, there's a lot of channels that's already popping up with mobile living and RV living and living off the land and different things. What Spirit is saying about real estate, now is not the time to take a big risk. Now is not the time to take a big risk. Nisa is asking, when I say dating is going to be interesting, let me pull the chat up because you guys can't see the chat. Let me pull it up. Nisa is saying, when I say dating is going to be interesting, what do I mean? She said interesting or horrific. I feel like it's going to be interesting because, you know, we have a lot of people that talk about, you know, what they don't or what they don't want and all these podcasts and what they got to have in order to be with people and, you know, oh, la, 6-figure income, all that bull crap and bus driver don't date and all that bull crap and all that. But it's like a lot of Americans are not living this income that we portray online or these, you know, these standards that we have. Actually, there's going to be a lot of people that is going to live a simple life. I feel like we're going to that area of simple living. So it's going to be interesting. I'm just saying, it's going to be interesting. I wonder, you know, will people have those same standards 5 years from now? Getting back to real estate, though, what Spirit is saying is now is not the time to take risks on real estate. Now is not the time for you to jump out the window. You get what I'm saying? Now is the time for you to really be careful. I do see the housing crisis, and I don't feel like this is just America, and maybe some of my people from overseas can talk about this. I feel like globally, the housing crisis is going to be on the forefront, and it's been on the forefront. There's going to be talks about more people losing their homes. Don't be surprised if the government starts to try to push mortgage and programs for homeowners and renters. I do see people demanding power. A push for... Now, this is where I feel like also there's going to be a push for people to come back to the office. There's going to be a push for people to come back to the office because it does affect real estate. And I actually want to pull up something. I want to pull up something that I heard today that actually inspired me to do this video. This is something that Elon Musk said. And I feel like this ties into real estate, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to get into it. Let's go ahead and play it, or have to say fair use and all that stuff. All right, so.
Work from home is a bit like,
Oh, wait.
like there are some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." It's like really you're gonna work from home and you're gonna make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're gonna make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can. Does that seem morally right? It's messed up.
You see it as a moral issue?
Yes.
I mean, I see it more as just
It's a productivity issue, but
yeah.
it's also a moral issue. People should get off the goddamn moral high horse with their work from home. Because they're asking everyone else to not work from home. Well, they do. Like, there are some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." It's like really you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home. The people that come fix your house.
So if you guys haven't heard what Elon Musk say, you can check that out on the Shade Room. This is what, and I hope you guys were able to hear that. Were you guys able to hear that? Let me know if you guys were able to hear that. So, the reason why I wanted to play that is because this ties into everything with the real estate market. So, oh, sorry guys. Basically, this plays into the real estate market, and I'm going to tell you how. So, the elite, there is a silent war going on. There's a silent war going on between the elite and the labor workforce. There's a silent war. When the pandemic, whatever happened, what ended up happening was a lot of people realize, and they're starting to realize that, it's easy living to work at home. Also look at studies. A lot of jobs have stated that people have been more productive working. Hold on. Let me play it again. All right, let me play it.
Like, there are some exceptions, but
Can you guys hear that?
The whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette. Like, there are some exceptions, but
Can you guys hear that?
The whole notion of work from home is a bit like the.
Can you guys hear that? Let me know. I'm gonna replay it. All right, it's low. Let me turn it up.
Some exceptions, but I kind of think that the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." It's like really you're going to work from home and you're going to make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make the people who make your food that gets delivered that they can't work from home.
So basically what he was saying, because I don't think you guys can hear it. So this is what he was saying basically. He was basically complaining about working, the work from home. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out on the Shade Room. I'll try to link it below. He was basically saying like, it's immoral to work from home. He was basically talking about how, other people have to go to factories and stuff and you get to stay at home, basically. You get what I mean? So that's basically what he was saying. The thing about it is, there's been a lot of talks. If you guys haven't been checking out, I've been keeping up with this thing called the Great Resignation and different things like that. There's been talks about this silent war between the labor force and the elites. Okay? I forget which mayor. I think it was a mayor in New York, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me in the comments. He's even spoken out about working from home. You get what I'm saying? And this is going to be a talk really a lot, because what's happening is a lot of companies that you would see that will hold up real estate that will get these offices, they're now moving remotely. If you guys look at all the work at home websites, the job forces, there's so many jobs. There's actually a lot more remote jobs than there is in the office. So you're going to see, don't be surprised if you see a lot more talks and a lot more, especially in politics, about them trying to push people to move out. Now, it's not going to work, because I'm showing you this because, and I think I may have said this in my last world prediction, the labor workers are winning. The labor force is winning the silent war. What I do feel like that's what's going to eventually happen, and this is what's going to push the AI situation. I do feel like when it comes to this quote unquote war, there's going to be a meeting in the middle. I do feel like there's going to be a change as a whole when it comes to how we do real estate, how renting works. I do see a lot of places having a lot of short-term leases. Your spirit guides are telling you to watch what you commit yourself to when it comes to real estate within the next 5 years. You want to be careful. When it comes to the labor force, it says the lease will try to push against work from home, but they won't be successful. We are moving to a time where people are putting things into perspective. I do feel like after the, pandemic, what's been happening is people have been doing more of gig work. People have been wanting to live a more simple life. People have been putting things more in perspective. You're going to see people pulling their children out of schools. You're going to see different things. I feel like the labor force as a whole is going to look different. It's going to look different as a whole. Let's get into some more. I got a lot of notes, y'all. I was getting into some channeling messages. So, I do feel like when it comes to mental health, there's going to be a talk about it. We will get into this a little later with a few more predictions. But there will be a lot of talks about mental health, and there will be things stated, because this pandemic has changed. I feel like it was a double-edged sword. While it was a bad thing because a lot of lives were lost, what this taught people is how to be more self-sufficient and so more self-reliant. And a lot of people realized that their governments, they couldn't depend on their governments in some instances, or some people felt their governments came through for them. But as a whole, a lot of the collective feel like they couldn't depend on their governments during this time. So yeah, that's what I have. So we're going to talk about we're going to go ahead and talk about the American election. We're going to talk about the American elections. We're going to talk about the US dollar. We're going to talk about the writer strike, and I'm also going to get into some celebrity predictions. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll a commercial, guys, just to clear the energy, because I'm going to pull some cards. If you guys have some questions, feel free to leave them. I'm going to roll a little commercial. We're going to take a little music break. Let the artists know what you think about their songs. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the election in America. How would it turn out? We're going to talk about the US dollar. And we're going to talk about war and conflict. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let these artists know what you think about their songs. Feeling the show? Feel free to send your love by donating to your girl's virtual tip jar. 100% of your donation goes back to the channel. So any little bit goes a long way, guys. And if you can't send the cash, don't trip. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? All of that also helps me out on YouTube, guys. So feel free to send your love however you can. I really do appreciate it. I want you to know that I appreciate all the love you send from the bottom of my heart. So let's go ahead and get back into it.
You like it, so let's just
All right, we're back. Did you guys like that music break? Did you guys like that? So let me know. All right, so let's get into some questions you had about America. You guys wanted to know about the upcoming election in America. You guys wanted to know how will it turn out for each party. So I got the Democrats on one side and the Republicans. All right, so, and guys, I'm not on any side. I have to say that because anytime I do, talk about politics, there are people that come in. We can respectfully agree to disagree. I don't really get into all that politics. I feel like a lot of my personal opinion is kind of Stanish to me. Anyway, all right, let's see. I vote on my local elections. I told you guys that. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the energy. So, how will this election come out? I'm going to get the overall energy for the Republicans. How would they come out in the election? Will they be successful? All right, let's see. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. All right. How will we're going to see a lot of them speak out. They're going to be very, very more vocal this time, especially about their causes and what they're trying to do, especially because it's around election time. I feel like they're going to be speaking to the fears of people. That's the energy. Both sides do, but let me just see. Energy next year. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of talk about money. Yep. When it comes to, women's rights, productive, that I do see that, they are strategizing. I feel like the Democrats will be mistaken if they think they can just do the same rigmarole. What I mean is, the Democrats, I do feel like, won by thin hair, because of the way things are. I do feel like they really, if they want to get into an office, if the Democrats want to hold power, they're going to be very strategic, because I do feel like the Republicans are already having who they want in place. Now, you guys have been asking about Trump and will he get back in office. I did a reading on Trump, and I did say that I do see this court case being a thing that may, come in between. So I don't see that. What I did get, though, I do see someone representing that they really put in place. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them trying to have certain women Republicans to get in place and speak. I keep seeing feminine energy. This is what I keep seeing. To try to push the agenda. I do feel like the Republicans are going to have a lot of victories. I do see that the victory card did come up in a lot of states. I do see victory. I got the victory card for them. I think the election is really going to surprise a lot of people. I'm definitely picking that up. Let's see. And it really is because I feel like the more money that Biden gives to Ukraine and the more things happen with the housing crisis, I feel like the more the people lean towards, I don't know what thing, the left, the right, I don't know, the red, child. Told you guys so, really. That's what it's giving. It's giving me that type of energy. Okay, let's see. Democrats. What's the overall energy for the Democrats? The Democrats is not going to go out without a fight, though. I do see. I wouldn't be surprised if the Democratic Party tries to put some things in place to try to block some things. They're very strategic too. Now, wait a minute. Now, the Democratic Party is very strategic. I'm definitely getting a sense of that. I feel like they may know that they don't have the favor of the people now. They know that now. The closer it gets to the election, that's why you're going to see little things happen. Yeah, this is them. What I do feel like, what it is with the Democrats and what I see, a lot of the energy I'm getting from the Democrats, and this is, I hope I'm explaining this right, and let me know if you guys understand this. It's like the Democrats is coming like, it's the energy I'm getting is, just wait, changes are going to come. The changes that we're making is going to help the future. Just have patience. But the people, is what Spirit is telling me, don't have patience right now. People are really losing. The word I'm getting in my head is like Courtney saying, people are dying, Kim. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's giving me that type of energy. And it is unfortunate because, like, when I hear people say stuff like, where's Kamala at? Where's Kamala? Like, it's like, okay, you never see your vice president. You never see your vice president. You get what I'm saying? Your vice president, you never see the vice president. That's not her job. Like, her job is to fill in, right? But I do feel like with certain laws, because, you know, I feel like they're depending on us, the black people, the African American people, to really help with the election. What I am getting is a lot of us may not even either show out, or it's going to be a lot more people voting, of us voting red, because it's like, you know, we feel like the Democrats have failed us. So I do feel like they really can't be lax this time. They have to play it strategic. I'm also getting, when it comes to Biden, his health is going to be a thing that comes up. I do feel like if he does get in office, I do feel like his health, his Spirit is definitely telling me, and let me be careful when I say this. If he does get in office, I feel like his health is going to come up a lot. I do feel like Kamala may have to step in to serve at a certain point if he was to get in office. Spirit is telling me something about the president's health he really needs to watch out for. I definitely am getting like his health is going to be called into question. And I wouldn't be surprised if him going on the road, that may, like him going on the road, it may expose, this is really coming up, like Spirit is telling me this strong. It may expose where he's at with his health. That may expose things, and that can cause the election. So yeah, they really want to be careful is what Spirit is saying. And Spirit is telling me this strong with his health. So, okay. So you guys wanted to know the overall energy. How will the decline of the U.S. dollar affect the country? You guys wanted to know the overall energy with the dollar and investments. Okay, let me take a sip of my water, child. And shout out to you guys. Please keep these questions coming, because, and let me know what you guys want me to film, because that really does help me. in the comments. And look, don't just keep me a secret. Share this video. Share this video. I worked hard on this video. Tip your psychic, child. Tip your psychic if you want to support. You know, feel free to tip me, super chat, cash app, you know, PayPal. It really does help me, child. And I really do appreciate it. Shout out to everyone that sends me donations. All right, let's get into it. How will the decline of the U.S. dollar affect the country? Is this going to be a steady rise? What's the energy of the U.S. dollar? What is the energy of the U.S. dollar? What is the energy of the U.S. dollar? So I am getting a sense that they're going to find some type of solution that's going to be temporary, is what Spirit is saying. It's like a hold us over type of energy. The government is going to be more involved in your money, so that's why they're making their own cash app. I am definitely getting that. I do feel like I see us making an alliance or partnership or something with some country, or this is the energy it's giving me, to provide some type of resource or something, sort of like a bailout, if I can explain that right. Yeah, I do feel like in July you're going to hear more about the debt ceiling and different things like that. I do feel like there is going to be some type of temporary solution. Yeah, there's going to be some type of, I got the success card, but it's very temporary. I do see that. I do see some alliance, either broken or filmed. It's giving me with Ukraine or something of that nature. Ukraine and Russia. It's giving me that energy. We will get into that a little further. Thank you, Nisa. Thank you so much. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you, baby. I appreciate the support. Shout out to Nisa for the super chat. But yeah, guys and goddesses, I am getting that. I do see that they're going to put in something temporary, but I do feel like it's very temporary. We will get some type of relief when it comes to that. All right. Let's talk about crypto. You guys wanted to know the overall energy of crypto, because it seems like the governments have been trying to really, how would I say it, put a dent on crypto. What is going to be the overall energy of crypto? Cryptocurrency. What is the overall energy? Will crypto recover? Will crypto recover? What's the overall energy of cryptocurrency? And do you guys want me to talk about the CaShApp founder's demise for my next true crime? Maybe if we get to like 25 likes, I'll go ahead and do that. Let me know. Okay, let's get the crypto. What is going to be the overall? Okay. I do see things starting to turn around, and they start to really talk about cryptocurrency in September. I do feel like there is going to be a change for the better. The only problem, though, I feel like is the government is going to want its piece of the pie. Once the government can get its piece of the pie, yep, here's the government, then they will, things will move smoothly. I do feel like there is going to be a lot more checks and balances on cryptocurrencies. I am getting that. I do also see them, I keep seeing like the government making its own quote unquote crypto app or whatever, the different governments. America is going to crack down on crypto. I am seeing. But I feel like eventually they're going to come to some type of agreement. I do feel like there is going to be a loss at first. There's going to be I'm not going to lie to you, there is going to be a little bit of a loss. But Yeah. I feel like they're going to try to make some agreement. I feel like this is temporary, though. Those of you who have investments in crypto, I will suggest just planning ahead. I wouldn't suggest putting your all into that, though. I would suggest put a portion that you feel comfortable with. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Crypto billionaires have been coming up missing. Do you guys want me to do a reading on that? Maybe we'll make that a Patreon exclusive. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. You guys wanted to talk about war and conflict with America. All right, we're going to pull on war and conflict. And I will have timestamps for those of you who want to come back and watch this. All right, war and conflict. What's going to be the overall energy when it comes to war and conflict? Spirit is warning when it comes to America. America does need to watch out for sneak attacks. Sneak attacks in technology, I keep seeing. Hacking, I see a lot of hacking situations coming up, Spirit is saying. And so what puppets. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, I see that. I see cyber security and cyber attacks being a big thing. There's a lot of energy about holding power. That's what Spirit is saying. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, I do feel like there is going to be a lot of extremes. I do feel like there is going to be a lot of extremes. I do feel like they are going to be pushing a lot of fears. The thing about it is, while I do see that there is going to be a lot of talks about conflict, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see different attacks. I do see that, especially when it comes to our government. I am definitely seeing that. Yeah, I am seeing that. And I feel like this may actually put us in a position financially. I'm definitely seeing that. Yeah. I'm seeing America deploy troops. Yeah. I do feel like there is going to try to be some type of warning, and America is going to try to make some type of agreements with certain countries. The thing is, I do feel like we are going to be forced to rely on our own resources. Yeah, I do feel like we are going to be forced to rely on our own resources. Healthcare will be a thing. I'm definitely getting that healthcare will be a thing. Yeah. I will say this. There is a lot of energy surrounding cyber attacks and different things like that. I do see that being a real big thing. So I see a lot of hacking and different things like that. Make sure you protect your information. Make sure you just protect your things. Write things down. That's definitely a thing. Keep cash on you. You know what I'm saying? Just different things like that is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Um, we are going to talk about some celebrity and Hollywood predictions, but I want to ask Spirit, what does the ancestors want to tell us in America? What does the ancestors want to tell us? Some final messages the ancestors want to tell us in regards to this, and then we're going to move to a lighter note and get a couple predictions. So, what does the ancestors want to tell us when it comes to America in the next 5 years? What messages do they want to give us? What messages? I definitely feel like those who's watching this, once again, we talked about you setting your intentions. Spirit is saying those that's watching this, you can have material and spiritual prosperity within the next 5 years, as long as, once again, we talked about going into alignment. I definitely am getting Spirit is saying, just pay attention to the signs, listen to your intuition, and don't live in fear. The universe is protecting you. If you can pay attention, and pay attention to the cosmos. Astrology never lies. Pay attention to the cosmos during this time. This can definitely help you with navigation, is what your spirit guides are wants to tell the collective. But most of all, don't fall into the trap of paying attention to what the news and what the world wants you to fear. The world is not for you to fear. The world is for you to live. Experience it. Is what Spirit wants to tell you. So yeah. You will be provided for. And yeah, so that's what I have. So let's go ahead and get into lightening the mood. We're going to talk about the writer's strike. How will this play out for Hollywood? Let's talk about the writer's strike. Before I talk about the writer's strike, don't forget, if you guys do need advice, don't forget to submit your stories to Ask C. I am taking stories, child. Leave your stories. We will be getting into some of your Ask C's a little bit later. All right, let's talk about this writer's strike because it's been going on for a while now. How will the writer's strike play out? Okay, let's see. Writer's strike. Will they come to an agreement? How will this affect Hollywood? How will the writer's strike affect Hollywood? How will the writer's strike affect Hollywood? In the long term, how will this? Okay. Ooh, I got a lot of cards. Give me a second here, Chad. Okay, so I got a lot. What I have here is I'm getting that there is going to be some type of agreement, but I definitely feel like it's going to be a long road. Yeah, I'm definitely getting there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings and there's going to be a breakdown. This will affect Hollywood in a big way because I do feel like the big wigs, they want to be very much, I'm getting the position in authority. They very much don't want to accept criticism. I do feel like, is it the workers' union? They are going to come together in a stronger force. What Spirit is telling me, though, this could go on for quite some time. Yeah, this may go on for quite some time if they're unable to step away from their pride and ego. Let's see. Let me see. What's going to be out? How long will this go on for? Have you guys been keeping up with the writer's strike? I do feel like the problems are going to be resolved. But I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if this gets drawn out. I don't feel like it's going to be resolved right away. It's going to be a standoff with power, yeah. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah. Yeah. I see this may be drawn out. Like they may make a temporary agreement, but I don't really see this resolving quickly is what I'm getting. And I feel like it's going to escalate. All right, so let's talk about a few more predictions and then we're going to get out of here. This video, I've been having a riot with you guys. So I'm definitely going to have to come back, child, and leave some timestamps. All right, so a few things about Hollywood. Expect a lot of info to come out in regards to, well, not just Hollywood, just in general. Expect a lot more info to come out in regards to the refugee camps, quote unquote, that ICE set up during that whole immigration debacle. We're going to hear a lot more stories in regards to that. A lot more things about, how would I say it? Young people, getting sold and different things like that. So don't be surprised with that. I also see there's going to be a big name, either celebrity or entity, that will get exposed for relation crimes, if you guys get what I'm saying. For harassment. There's going to be someone that's going to get really exposed. I see either it's going to be a celebrity or I'm getting like an entity. It may be like a label or something that people know. I feel like it's going to be very sick. It's going to shock the internet. I could see even the world. What Spirit is telling me, this is giving something like on the grand scale of sort of like how R. Kelly was to us when everything came out. It's giving me something like that on a grand scale. So I see that being, it's definitely giving me kind of in the hip hop. It's giving me in the hip hop industry. Who you guys think that is? What do you guys think that's about? Yeah, I'm definitely getting that. Also, there's going to be a big push on talk about healthcare reform, in particular with mental health, in particular with child mental health. We're going to see the more these children act out, they're going to be talking about that, especially in teaching. Teaching will be a thing that's talked about. So that's what I have for the real predictions, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really do. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to everyone that's here. Thank you for the super chats, for the donations. I really do appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that hit that thumbs up. I hope to see you guys here on my channel. If you guys want me to do some more real predictions or some more topics, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely do that. Yeah, I have fun doing this with you all. Don't forget to if you guys do need advice or you have a story time you want to share and you want to be anonymous, child, leave your Ask C, The link is pinned. I will also come back and pin it in the comments. But yeah, gods and goddesses, I did enjoy this, and I do appreciate all the love. I'm going to try to put the timestamps in tonight, child. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. But yeah, guys and goddesses, I have fun. So until then, see you in the next video. Peace.